coming to you live on Thursday, January 31st, 2019, 0800 hours. This is titled Politics and Sports, Why the NBA Sucks, Why It's All Political. I'm going to start by saying sports, when you read, you hear and see the small white print at the bottom of every exhibition, championship game, any watch that has a sporting event, whether it's soccer, baseball, football, hockey, and NBA. It's owned by association or the league. And they said for purposes only, entertainment. Entertainment. It's only meant to entertain us. It's only meant for entertainment. That's the he truly has to understand. And it's all political still. This all has to do with the Supreme Order, the New World Order. It's been this way for the longest. That's why, just as sex trafficking, which we cannot see the funds, but at least in the NBA, the association and the league, the sex trafficking is association as well. That's why we can understand why the sex trafficking is marketed. It's marketed. We market sex trafficking every day. We listen to a rap and the guy talk about the mollies, the drugging of the Bill Cosby thing. I'm gonna use that for instance. I'm gonna say his name. Usually I don't. Is for marketing. It's the grand mass and fluctuation flood us with the propaganda over and over. And as I spoke about, they need you to be certain things. They need you to be high. They need you to be drunk. They need you to have certain chemicals and elements in your body. Think about this. If you smoke or drink, you a smoker. Y'all smokers, y'all will, I was talking about this, and they do. Drug addicts and addicts will fight you to the death over a drug. Talking about back in the day. F back in the day. What about now and today? Now, back in the day, now and today, I see everybody smoking and drinking, and those are the people that's trying to drown out their hurts and pain. I know you've been through a lot. I've been through a lot as well. But I can't sit up here and call me hurts and pain. I'd rather overthink than to go smoke some weed that I don't know where it came from. I don't know what breed, what strand it has in it. And we forget about that. Strands and breed. So think about how we are born. We're originally, when they wanted a stronger man, the mandingo, the buck, he was breeded. Through what strand? They kept the same people. They brought Big Umar over into the house of Wesson Camp Plantation, and they had him breed. And if they even seen the son with the mother, the son, I just learned this. I'm still gaining knowledge because I'm educating myself. And this is not fake. I don't have to watch the news to educate myself. So Umar and they named the other niggerlet, they called the little women niggerlets, they made them breed so that genetics is a certain strand so they can produce another buck or a mandingo. They wanted more bucks, the workhorses of the plantations. They know if you could get a good buck, let them grow to 16 and 13, feed them good, he's going to be a good little man. When they say you a good little boy, that's why I don't use the word boy. Baby boy is an indoctrination of the prime example of how a baby boy becomes a baby man. So when you hear he's not a real man or he's acting as a boy, that's who he is. So we got to think about sports. And when we come to sports, the Negro League originally was of what they call black men, quote unquote, black, African descendant. We were the descendant of the African people, and we were the slaves. We were removed from our land. Think about it. When you remove from somewhere, think about every place that we always, if we're going to compare, let's compare the truth. Japan people are in Japan. I don't care what happens. Because I can get you to change your mind if you around your people. Now, pull you away from the people. That's what the Negro League did. It got the black people together. I don't care who ran it, but they know eventually we was going to overrun. Or eventually we was going to say, damn, I'm playing for a white man. So they needed to create the association in the league. The association is the plantation of, instead of the house of Wesson or the house of the Smiths, the house of the Williams, the house of the Johnsons, any name behind, any word after son, baby boy, son, you are my son, that means you were owned. And back in the day, to be owned by a plantation, you get branded. They knew original tattoos meant the greatness of our tribes. But when they took us from our land and they got a woman to translate the language, I'm not going to get into so far as this. I'm going to leave that up to the other lives that I'm going to do the other recordings. I'm just going to speak about them. Think about it. Just as when they OJ the Juice Man, hey, or Jadakiss got to say, ha ha, that's his ad lib. But that's his sign letting you know I'm Jadakiss. I'm OJ the Juice Man. Or when I do that Lil Wayne sound, or who else got you know how these rappers got the sound? I'm Rick Raw, or the Jay-Z, you know, his sound, the Ja Rule, everybody, the Lil Wayne, even Tupac and Biggie, he had the kind of like the don't you like another yo a big, and he got his sound. He need his sound because that is his trademark. See, the league and association, when they breed you, they stamp you with the trademark, or they'll make you wear earrings. See, they took what we had. Again, I don't have earrings. I have no piercings. That is something I'm not going to do. I'm going to talk about that another time. Even though I know originally what I would want to do, if you're going to be so original to your true roots, scarification, tribal, learn your tribe and get that tattoo. Don't get nonsense. My brother have them, and I tell him, and he hear me, then he don't hear me, but it's cool. That the hands, anything biblical on your body, you're enslaving yourself. You got to understand this is what we're doing. We're branding ourselves with our original understanding of the text, the translation, our word, our order, but they have marked a lot of the things we've done as evil. And they're using it, they're using our evil. The same things they're calling evil, they're using against us so they can be great. They tricked us with religion. The religion came before the slavery. Before religion, they had to indoctrinate us. They had to give us a system. They had to act as if they was our friend. So the association and the league is the trademark of the association. So the House of Weston is the association. I mean the league. Because if you look at the Atlanta Hawks, it's a club. It's a clubhouse. Y'all don't read the New York Knicks. If you go Google the Atlanta Hawks, read it. Read what it says. If you Google the Atlanta Hawks, you don't even need to go. This is how but you still have to study a lot of other things to understand this as well. But this was revealing to me. The Atlanta Hawks is a club. These hockey clubs are a club. These hockey clubs, when you see owners of a basketball team or a football team, that's part of the football team is the higher plantation. In the hockey is a part of the plantation as well. They're the root, the sub root. So the football, whatever sport, basically overall beginning, the overall sport was the plantation. That was the Olympics. That was the gauge to see how Johnny the Big Buck was going to fare. In the NFL, those are the combines. The Olympic was a big combine to see how strong you are, who can go first. Your strength and power. That's why I want to see more African descendant men get in shape. Your strength and power does go with your knowledge. How are you knowledgeable and you always eating junk? So your body's unhealthy, your mind's healthy, you're going to die. When I need you to fight, you're unable to because you're going to be sluggish. But that's why you have to, the better shape you are. You see, LeBron finally got a groin injury. It took an eye injury to slow him down, but it still didn't. He always had injuries though. But this is the one that it took him to sit out the longest. You got to think about that because he always ate healthy. Remember when he ate so healthy, all he drank was a glass of water and had wasabi salads. He had chicken, fish, everything that chicken and fish is your main food you should be eating. That's the health. Them are the healthiest foods in the world. Because when you feed fish, you feed them like cornmeal, things that's good to them. Other fish substitutes that's high in protein and fats. Just as when you feed chicken, you fatten them up. Not when you use steroids, the GMOs, and the everything else they put into them. But that's what they're doing. They need you to stay healthy. You the buck, you the mandingo. So they need you to inbreed. That's what these houses and clubs were doing. They're the plantations, and they're the overall plantations of who we are. So the sports are practicing still racism. Racism didn't happen until after slavery. Racism wasn't during slavery. I didn't have to be racist towards you. You were my nigger. I owned your black ass. And this is what they say. I'm not cussing. I'm not using no slang. So if you have a child or whatever that watch this, parental advisory, but it shouldn't be parental advisory because if your son have a telephone and they have it in their hand, guess what they're listening to on the school? A little Wayne song. And I'm not going to really edit my words in this one as I normally do because I want the young African descendant, young women and children, they heard these already. Or if not, be advised that your child shouldn't be listening to this now until you feel so-called comfortable, but you okay with working 80 hours a day and your child have no parent to guide them and nurture them. But you're comfortable to let them listen to this music. Okay. That Lil Wayne song was saying pussy this and pussy that. And I was like, I told my nephew, what the hell is this? My sister wasn't there because she was working. No, she don't understand this as I do. A lot of people don't. And I'm not mad at you. I want you to educate yourself. I'm tired of seeing black people talking about the reason why black men and women ain't this. No, shut up. Now forget that. Let's have a resolve and resolution party. Let's have a resolve and resolution revival. You see how it get us away from the normal. If I title this, I hate LeBron James, I will get 1,000 views. But since this, I say politics in the NBA, why sports sucks and why the reason sports the way they are, I'm not going to get the views. Think about that. I am literally, and I'll guarantee you a lot of things I'm saying, you did not never think about. You might have had an idea of why sports is political, why we have a combine, but you might, because I'm talking to people as I do, I call it surveying, but I'm getting to know people. You might try to understand that a lot of these people are under contract. And a lot of the people I'm aware of these things, but I might get my memory jogged, the light bulb. Somebody might have a spark. I need you, young man, young woman, adult man. I need you to not be on drugs. I need you to be sober. So I need you. I will get on my knees and beg to you. Because that's how important this is right now to our future of our young men and women. Because we need you to be the spark. I don't listen, and people say, well, you can stop this. No, I don't listen to drunkards and high people. Because those people are out of their mind. I want to listen to a sober. Even if you are a junker and a person that get high, I would love to listen to you when you're sober. So what these NFLs and these sports are doing, they're a big plantation in the league. Remember the houses? The plantation is the association. Those are the ones that garnish. They're selling the guys. They're making the billions of dollars. They're doing all the things. And you can basically associate that with sex trafficking as well. It's still all the form. Everything is still in the form of slavery. Slavery did not end. especially for African descendant people. We still are at war with each other and them. It's comfortable because now we are so that's why they pay these guys millions of dollars, because these guys are making billions and their revenue each year. So if they stop sports right now, those men would be okay. If they stop the sports at the other level, the lower you get at the lower level, the lower jobs, the careers and professions through these sports, you will lose out, because at the bottom, these people are just getting in. Those people are now just understanding finances and how to save. So sports events are still the double edge is racism. And then now I want to talk about Tom Brady and LeBron James. Tom Brady is an NFL quarterback. The NFL quarterback is the most prestige position in the NFL. In the NFL, I need Tom Brady to be great because he's a white man. If you notice, when we talk about white men and greatness, they're only white quarterbacks. They don't talk about Randall Cunningham. They don't talk about Warren Moon. They have championships. But when a black man win a championship, they put him in the pocket. They undersize him. That's why LeBron James is undersized about his championship. That's why Steph Curry is idolized. That's racism. Colorism is racism. A puny 6'4" guy, I would out of the NBA, I would eat his little ass up. He would not stand a chance against me. People laugh and say, "Yo, you really at?" Yes, I am that serious. I'll watch little Devil Dova take him. If it wasn't for the NFL rules and when during certain people, if you play a certain way against them, just as in real life, if you challenge me a certain way, I'm not gonna say nothing, because I know you are weaker than me. You know why I know when you weaker? Because when you challenge me, you're going to do everything in your power to try to physically harm me. You're not going to try to outthink me. See, what I'm going to do with Steph Curry, I'm going to be physical, but outthink him. I'm going to never allow him to get the ball in a comfortable position. I don't care if he's in that spot, made 7,000 straight three-pointers. He's not going to make that on me. Because what my mindset is the whole game and against my opponent, I am about to outplay you. You're not going to score a third. I promise, if I play even out of shape right now, one-on-one, Steph Curry have no chance against me. No chance. Because Steph Curry that's why they need diluted mixed race African descendant men. Those men, and this is going to hurt some feelings. Every African descendant mixed race with Euro and Caucasian in them, they are weak. They are the weaker form of a black man. Let me say it again. Every biracial mixed mulatto black man, that's not, if you don't have at least 50 to 60% Africanese, whatever the blackanoids, negronoids, whatever they want to call it, in you, you are a weaker black man. Why I say that? You are diluted. And if you don't know that, go study the most hated people in the history. They're all probably like as Russian and Nazi guys, because they said if you dilate the black man, you make him weak. You are weaker, but they need them to be idolized. They need the Steph Curry. No offense to Boris Kojo. He is more, he's African and he has a lot in him. And he's not the weaker of them. He's a strengthener of them. Because he's a man, Steph Curry is going to be known as a niggerlet, or he's a small fry. He's a runt. Steph Curry don't hold no weight. That's why the NBA have to change the NBA style of play. For this Luka Doncic guy can come in. I would smack him on his, you know how many times LeBron was smacked on the butt playing the Detroit Pistons, the Washington Wizards, the San Antonio Spurs, the Dallas Mavericks. When he played the Thunder, he was smacked by Ibaka. Come on. You know how many, you see how strong he is now? We dissing a great man because he's black. And we get like, oh, we talk about Jordan. No, Jordan is a pawn as well, but Jordan was the ultimate pawn. He was a better pawn than LeBron, because LeBron still have an African descendant wife. He still have an African descendant family. He's not in the news for cheating. He's not in the news for talking. They trying to make him say he was talking to white women. I'm like, those are not even LeBron accounts. So you see, we got to dilute to black men to hate them. We don't have black positive imagery of black men, quote unquote. I'm gonna stop saying the quote unquote for the have this go smoother. Any positive black imagery of a black man, we don't want that. We don't need that. But since Tom Brady, he's the white man. The white man is the savior. That's why the white men have to be that's why they need they don't want to idolize Warren Moon. We want to give us the running backs, the corner. We want to give us the positions where we're not fully in charge. But then, even when Barry Sanders is better than Tom Brady. Barry Sanders was unstoppable. There's nothing, and Barry Sanders was so unstoppable. His line was they gave him a doo-doo line. How the best running back garnished after almost 16 seasons, he retired early. He could have destroyed some records. He retired early to destroy a record. And when Adrian Peterson was going to destroy the record, they set him out and they kicked a field goal. He could have ran it in for a touchdown and won the game with a touchdown. Because during statistics, he don't fumble. And they probably wanted him to fumble, but he wasn't. So they're like, no. And the man that hold the record they want him to be still known. They need the good old days to be known more than the new days. Because in the new days, resilience, persevere, and we overcoming. They don't want our young black African descendant men to know that we can overcome. They don't want our young black African descendant women, the power they have. And when you stay in your own race, the more power you gain, the more resources we can gain, the more our communities can stay together, the more you stay where you at, especially if you're the receiver or you're the one that caused the problem and help fix it up. They don't know that's power. We're losing power every time we go out. Every time we intermingle, interracialize, we lose power. Our skin, our genetics, our being, our foundation of who we are, our blueprint, we lose power. So we need the white man as the leader. We need him to have a greater stature so we can always talk. So let's talk about the NFL Combine. The Cleveland Cavaliers in 2018 had a chance to select Saquon Barkley, the best man in college football in football. He should have won the Heisman, but he didn't. Even this year, two mixed black men went against each other. So it didn't matter who won the Heisman this year. But the Cleveland Cavaliers had purposely selected Baker Mayfield, a white man, to go first. They could have had both players if they selected Saquon Barkley first, but they wanted Baker to be the first. They needed a white man. They was proving a point. As in this year, they proved a point. The start of last year, that's in flux. And thank you for the spark. The reason I'm happy I met this lady that she said the reason for this year is the year of production as well, as I stated. But the reason for this year, we're going to see a lot of mass propaganda of gay black men as being leader. Peep game. Gay black men are going to be leaders this year. And I told her, thank you for that. Because I was asking in the spirit, the inflection of men, what's going to happen? They already did the feminism. If you watch TV, they haven't shown it yet. And if it's not this year, it's going to be next year. It's going to be the next year. It's the year of, it's the spring order. They got to show gay black men as leader. They're going to start coming out the closet. That's why that one year, they couldn't do it that year because that was the year of everybody's gay. The senators were already gay. We got to think about that. That's why we would when we the people, gay people are part of we the people as well. They help rape. We got to remember, gay people have been around forever. We already know about the Roman Empire, the nastiest. The Edomites are nasty. They was having sex with boys and girls, men with men, and women with women. The original Edomites, the original tribes of the conquerors and slavers, they are whoremongers. They are whores. They're gypsies. That's why they taking on their stupid things, their sexuality. Now in Nollywood, they're taking on that nasty sexuality of our enslavers. They're disgusting. They were having sex with animals. Nobody talk about Job. Job children was having sex with animals. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, David family was having sex with animals. Why you think he called a lot of things an abomination and things he hate? Come on, read your Bible. Read. A man, my friend told me, a man told him, which is the truth. I told him, but I'm happy he said it because I can keep reiterating it. If you follow a religion and you do not read all of your religion page, and if you don't study to get the true information from what you're reading, you are a slave still. You are a sheep. I am never going to be a sheep because people that pastor are the evil people. Think about that. I'm not going to be pastored by evil. These NFL are pasteurizing evil. And so they know they needed him to be the head. So they're going to need this year the gay black men to be leaders. And that's why the feminism, they're going to be the men in feminism, but they're going to be strong. Ooh, wait till I do the next one. I'm going to do it right after this. The feminine and masculine. And it's so logical. And if you don't want to follow it, I know you are a slave. I'm what I'm speaking, and if you do not do your own research, and if you saying everything I am a lie, I know you are a slave, because that goes to show me a man that actually did a research instead of a man that actually listens, and you telling me something wrong with me. I need God and Jesus. I need the evil inside of me so I can be good. I know you are a slave. So what happened is that they drafted Baker Mayfield first over Saquon Barkley. They showing us, they calling us, they saying niggers. We don't need your black asses no more. Because when Colin Kaepernick took the knee, that was live. And I should have wrote his name down, but I was writing down things of why, and I have my paper, and I have the things here that I've written down of what I wanted to discuss. That's why I'm learning how to be more on topic. And I'm still raw because some things that come to my mind as I'm speaking. The knee meant nothing. This is why Colin Kaepernick is under contract. Who did Colin Kaepernick call out? He didn't come He didn't come to the neighborhood and ask the young black men that's working in the neighborhood, what do we need from me? What money? How can I help? He went to foundations, the foundation that keep you enslaved. You cannot, if you're going to donate to a cause where you put all your money. That's because here's an example: stock. Where stock is the same way as how they kept it in the combine. But I love stock. We still need that. We still got to fight them against what we don't know yet. I'm still learning, as you're going to still be learning. He put stock. If I'm going to market something, I can't. Let's say this is my stock, my list of different stocks, and you see the lines. I can't invest here, then invest here, then the new line, invest there, invest there. The monies you're giving out is not going to help. It's going to help for a little bit, but what you need to do is educate. We're not educating our men. He should have put his monies into a big conglomerate of a union or a place. If we're going to use our slavery against us, let's use it all the way against us. So let's use what they're using against us so we can learn how to fight it. Evil learn how to beat good. The reason good is, besides the lack of knowledge, good will not study. Good only listens. Good is the ones that's the sheep. They listen to an evil pastor to pastor them. He's pasteurizing them. He's saying you need to be humble while I kill you. You need to be docile while I rape your women and watch. And then later on, going to say you're strong. Our women need to be with other men and think they're more powerful. And that's what I got down to it with my lady friend. She showed me, and when she was talking, she kept saying, I didn't call black women weak. I said black women don't know their power. She called black men weak. And I gave her example of what I'm doing. She said that's not enough. And I told her, and exactly, black men are never going to be enough for you in a land that's not ours. And I keep saying, you acknowledge history, but you don't acknowledge history. Listen, you acknowledge history, but you don't acknowledge. You don't act it. It was acted out in a certain way. So if we don't acknowledge history first, before we talk about how come we are not rich, or now give me resolution and resolve, then all you doing is attack. We're not telling the whole truth when we're talking. The reason if we would just started voting, we just started getting scholarships, we just started earning more resources. Our ancestors fought for this when they got out of it, when they was in it. They was put in it, not by them, because they was born into. You gotta remember, a lot of us was breeded into this. So as if a black woman only 35 saying that my doing is not good enough, he keeps saying women support it, and I asked her, and she couldn't say nothing. I've been at the jobs, I've been at work, I let women live with me, I did all this. And I told her, if we're going to go one by one, that is not enough. This is what kills us. I said, black woman, one time my whole life, I'm 36, only brought me lunch. When I needed help, I was never helped. My only sisters helped me. But my sister, my real life blood sister, but women outside of me did not help me. So I told her, just as what you've been through, well, this is why we're going to run in circles. We got to stop doing the blame game. I have not received help from a black woman. So what are you saying? Or if I tell her I received help from one, I told her that's good enough. So I said I accept it. That's when I learned, if I'm not as handsome, and if Tasha don't want to talk to me and she don't think I'm attractive, I can't get mad. But if Tasha telling me a different reason, I'm gonna ask Tasha, I didn't know that was important for love. But if you're attracted to me, why is money more important? So now when we start talking about grabbing the bag and securing, we're going into a white. I don't say this a lot, but she kept using it. I was like, I'm going to use it. Then we are going into white supremacy, the supreme order. We are going into racism. If you want to talk about money, because capitalism is the everlasting struggle to keep you defeated. The everlasting struggle to keep you once defeated. We're going to keep doing the same thing. So doing that knee thing meant nothing. Kaepernick should have put all his money into one pot and said, I want to put an education school. I want to educate the children, black children, so we can be better well-rounded. I have no problem. You're not making them docile. You're making them understand their history of how people like, so why you bark on white people? I say my mother was thrown rocks by a white man. My mother. And now I walk outside, I'm called the nigger, and I've been last year, this year has been once, I've been getting things thrown at me walking down the street by white men, honking out the horn, the word nigger. The racism still don't reside in this era. The racism didn't change, and that was something I could not walk away from because it physically happened to me. So you telling me chattel slavery, I know I said it wrong, chattel slavery is still not here? Come on now. So you telling me these young men that's my age and older are breeding and having children and teaching them how to be racist towards me because of my skin color, but not by the character or I'm going to say the content of my character. The attribute of my character, the quality of the man I am. You telling me that I'm doing something wrong, minding my goddamn business, walking down the street, bothering no one, nobody, and I am the fault. When my reaction changes to I'm going to smite you back. We are taught to whoop each other and smite each other over and over we're beating each other in submission. They already got us in submission. We took a knee. They said, F you. Abdul Omar had did that in the NBA. He got kicked out the NBA. And Kaepernick happened. So if we have no understanding and knowledge of our history just repeated itself with Colin Kaepernick. Come on now. Wait. Come on. We're going to start being aware. And we got to think about sports. When Kevin Durant joined the Golden State Warriors, he became a weak Negro. As African descendant men, I want to tell you, I hate it in some way, but we still need support. We need to support each other a little bit more. We do support each other. If iron pours to sharpen iron, competition, not your... Now I'm going to use the word because that's the word we know it as. Our enemy don't sharpen you. Our enemy only destroys and hurt us. I'm going to use the word for instead of the word enemy, the colonizers and enslaver. He's my opponent. My opponent, I am there to take back what is mine. My competition is there to strengthen me. So with Golden State Warriors, when Kevin Durant lost to the Golden State Warriors 3-1, and he had a chance, he was up 3-1 in the NBA in the Western Conference Finals, and the next year he joined them, he became a weak nigga. You know why Golden State? Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, Clay, they all became weaker. Because before Kevin Durant, they was already going to championships. But they had to find a way to beat a strong buck. LeBron is a strong buck. And LeBron could beat them by himself. But the more firepower you put against LeBron, it would make it harder. LeBron is being sharpened. I'm changing it, even though LeBron is still under contract and Durant. They all under contract. But I'm trying to help us understand what we're doing to each other. How are we destroying? This is part of the nation destroying. You got as you weaken a woman, the man weakens as well. You destroy her womb and mind. And when I say this to women, they always want to revert back to men. And I say, no, there are some things women have to stop. Because a man is not maternal or maternal. A man is discipline and strength and protection that provide that. So if a woman, when they're talking about her superpower, you cannot, and I tell women, any event, if you're going to talk about women, you can't bring up men, because the man can't help the woman. Because my women, and I keep hearing black women say, men don't have anything. Black men don't have nothing. Build something for us. Have something. We can't. It's like, see, you gave up. I say, no, we can't, because I cannot teach you how to be a woman. Then they finally say, I agree. Only a man can teach a man how to be a man. Only a woman can teach a woman how to be a woman. And if a man and woman don't stay together, so if it's single mother or if it's single father, what's happening? The child is missing out. The child don't have the proper tool. We're gonna have to start looking at our parent familyhood as the familyness as a tool. Without the father, we don't get strength. Without the mother, we don't get in the turn. And if she always have to stay busy as a single mother, the daughter will not learn nurturing ways and kindness and care. She's going to learn how to survive. And without the mother, the daughter is only going to learn discipline. She's only going to learn F these niggas, F the men. She's not going to see men in the good light. She's not going to see strength, because she's going to become strength. Her father only can give her discipline and strength on his own. So until we get back together, we won't have the completeness. In the understanding of the biblical understanding, if you look at completeness, it involves the man and woman with the center. The center, the child, the whole overall family. We need, as a family, the family is the spirit of. If you have a spirit of the family, you have completed. Because now I am able to sharpen you. So Kevin Durant going to Golden State has weakened the whole NBA. I'm doing this from the slavery part. I'm not doing this for the white man part. So everything I'm speaking on African wealth, building, create, basically black community building, community and unity. When we finally get there, we're going to be building, creating, and forming. So the family one is to create and form. We need that foundation. But when he ran to a team that was already strong, he weakened himself. And then they said he got stronger when he went there. No, he took the responsibility that he needed for himself to be stronger. See, and we forget about that. So now there's no iron. LeBron on his own has become so strong that he was literally taking out the Golden State Warriors by himself. But the association, the slave owners, had to say, no, this buck cannot win. We got to weaken our buck. So we need to make sure the game is fair to these other black men. Our LeBron James is the most dominant and strongest guy in the NBA all around. They don't need me. We don't need us, the black men that's going to be all around, to be super strong. They need us to be weakened. And the only player that garnished this since I've been alive is Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson, because you know why? He played on a team when every player played their position. There was no stretches. There was no split. Allen Iverson had to be the point guard. McKee had to be the shooting guard. Mutombo had to be the center. You got to remember this. These guys had to play they had to only be in their position. That's the completeness of the team. And if you're going to look at completeness, if they play out of position, you weakens the team. So watching Draymond Green, a power forward, he's going to play out of position sometimes. He's not a small forward. He's not an all-around player, so it weakens the team, even Kevin Durant. So think about and Steph Curry is not a true point guard. Klay Thompson, just about, and Iguodala is probably the only true positions on their team. And Iguodala will come off the bench for Kevin Durant. So Iguodala and Klay Thompson are the most well-rounded shooting guard. Klay Thomas and small forward Andre Iguodala is more well-rounded because he's sharpened. He honed his skill at his position. Because as a small forward, and I learned this. That's why I love the position of small forward. People keep saying I'm 6'5". No, it's like you can't body with Durant. I was like, I know how to play defense. Durant don't. So Durant gonna have 30. And what's only reason he's gonna have 30 because he's gonna be playing with under the rules. If we take out the rules and we make the rules as in saying I'm sharpening him, Durant's gonna learn how to play. Should be playing more defense. A 7-foot dude in reality, this is what the combine is for. Any master would say Durant is weak because a 7-foot dude should automatically, with his skill capabilities, but he's weak. He lost his way. He needed to go to a team where he did less. A black man is never supposed to do less than what he's meant to do. Think about that. Listen to that again. A black man is never supposed to do less than what he's supposed to do. So if I'm going to use the home format. If you home and you're providing, that don't mean you don't change the pamper. That don't mean you stop showing your wife, taking your wife or your lady you're courting on dates or your girlfriend. That don't mean you stop doing any of these things just because you're working all day and you're tired. No, you come home, that right there, by seeing the completeness, the foundation, the blueprint of your family, what you help form, build, and create, that gives you more energy. That's love. See, we don't talk about love enough. So Durant still don't garnish love, all the full capabilities of love. He's losing capacity because a 7-foot dude should average 2 blocks a game. If you look back of what a buck, when we was in plantation, if this plantation, they know we had 7 bucks, they know each buck can produce 30 bundles of cotton a day. Every buck had to produce 30 bundles of cotton a day. And I'm not a good math person, but 7 times 3 is 21. So 2,100 or 1,000, whatever their expectations was. So 2,100 or 210 bundles of cotton between these 7 bucks should be picked today. And Kevin Durant, I'm going to still, because the NFL, some things in slavery, it sucks that it happens, but this is what, so asking a 7-foot small forward that's supposed to be all around besides being able, he's immaculate of efficient shooting. He know how to get guys the ball at the right time, but he's supposed to be an all around because the small forward is the centerpiece. The point guard literally guard the points. So if somebody needs to get back and Steph Curry played against the Houston Rockets last year, he got scored 60 points on. James Harden, Chris Paul, just them two on the mix. He's a runt. A runt, they're going to attack and then if overall in one series, in 2-game time period, so he's going to get scored around 120 times. That's not good. He's going to get 100. That's 120 times. That's not even the points. That's how many times. So 3s and 2s been scored on Steph Curry 120 times. And then I looked at LeBron. Good morning, salute to you, my brother. He's not good. But I was explaining during the line of the plantation, the buck behavior, why sports and politics, and why we are seeing what we see, and why black men and black women have been weakened. And he's a runt. In the plantation, they would call Steph Curry a runt. He's only specialized at one thing. And so he's not good defensively. But what you see him practicing all the time, offense, 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 he's only becoming a certain specialist. So he's only going to get paid. He's only going to get treated as a specialist. Yeah, we know it's rigged. All sports, so Brian Tour. Thank you. All sports are rigged. Everything in sports, from LeBron James to Magic Johnson to Michael Jordan to Bill Russell, it's been rigged since the beginning of time, all these Super Bowls. And I was on the Golden State explaining why iron opposed to sharpen iron, and Kevin Durant going to Golden State weakened him. It didn't make him stronger. It didn't make him a better player either. He wanted to go play with guys that was already able to get to a championship. He was already able to get to a championship. Instead of me keep on playing them, and this is what, to me, what separates a great player. If I'm going to use LeBron and Jordan, LeBron have lost. LeBron, when we are hard on, going down the lane, no resistance. That's why that's why Luka is going to be the new form of that new Euro style is going to be NBA. NBA did somewhat become less physical, but the mentality and the heart didn't leave. You can't really take away my heart because they're still black men. And I was getting to overall how we can do better and the resolution and the resolves. And by Kevin Durant going to Golden State, it weakened him. It weakened him because he don't think about averaging 2 blocks. In Oklahoma, he would have had to think about that. It have made him stronger. It have made him go pump that weight in the gym. It has said, yes, it matters if I only go. It mattered to me when I watch my guy friends lift 200 pounds. That mattered because I'm going to dare my iron. They supposed to sharpen me. They supposed to make me better. But if I don't lift that weight, if I don't even, this is the thing. If I don't even try to lift that weight, I am not sharpening myself. So my competition is going to be better than me at always. They're going to beat me in going to LeBron and Jordan. We call out greatness. LeBron is great in his right, and Jordan is great. I'm not going to say who's the greatest of all time. There's no such thing. Yeah, he lost his shine, but he got a little bit, and he tried to become the enemy. But the enemy is within him. And what Michael Jordan and what Bron do, they do is pit us against each other. They're great in their own right. There's no greatest of all time because the greatest of all time there's no such thing as the greatest. The greatest is never greatest because time is still going. There is no such thing as the greatest or the GOAT or the greatest of all time because time is still going. So if we're really going to compare, LeBron went to the NBA Finals 8 times. They say Jordan been to the Final 6. Isn't 8 greater than 6? Bill Russell been to the NBA Finals 11 times and won 11. Jordan went to the Finals 6 times and won 6, but he's 6-0. But isn't 11 greater than 6 again? See, you not about to propaganda and manipulate my mind with truth. See, that's why I love logic. And when black women and black men get together and use logic on one another, we sharpen each other. So going with Kevin Durant weakened himself. Steph Curry, they don't care. He's a diluted black man. He's mixed. He's not going to fight for black power. He's a mixed man. He got to still find out who he is. And that's why I say Allen Iverson was the strongest out of all the players that I watched in my life. He's the only one that he played with players that played their position. And he went against another team, the Los Angeles Lakers. We know it's rigged. He was going to lose. That was a David and Goliath, because that showed Shaq was Goliath and Iverson was David. Shaq been in wars, more battles than Allen Iverson. This is Goliath. But somehow Allen Iverson would have been gated. He saw him. So you telling me he took a slingshot with whatever weapon he chose and shot me between the eye? Yeah, they are muted. Yep. They don't get together for the right causes. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4. And I was getting to that. Because if we don't, a wise man told me we're never supposed to listen to celebrities or athletes because they are under contract. And I was putting, if black athletes really wanted to get together, they could have been built up the community. That's why Colin Kaepernick is not coming to a man as me and Derek. And who else out there? My man O'Shea, or if they really got the true heart, they won't come to us because they don't want to build a black community. They're under contract. And I'm gonna get to why, what they can do if they really want to build a community. And I hope one of them, yeah, the same thing's happening in the 60s. That's why I brought up Colin Kaepernick, even though they're under contract, and Ahmed Radu, that he got kicked out of the NBA. Colin Kaepernick, standing on truth, got kicked out of the NBA. And I seen it too. It used our women against us. Salute. Yes, Jim Brown. He same thing. He got kicked out. Our black women that stood out and said, we gonna vote for Trump, and also that that black man should sit his ass down and he don't need to stand up. I seen many, and I seen that. She went on CNN. And it's not because she was a black woman. I seen black men do it. So our own people don't even want to stand up. But I'm giving the sources. So Kevin Durant weekend. So now I'm going into black athletes. If they really wanted to see change, we would have change. Because this is a resolution of resolve. If a black athlete is watching this, or you know any, and you hear them talking about black power or bringing or creating the first black community that we can see that won't get burnt down as Black Wall Street, P. Diddy, Master P, the mastermind. I call him the mastermind because he has a great mind. Get together with LeBron James, P. Diddy, all these quote unquote black men. But if they got a lot of stain, P. Diddy, from I know, have a lot of stain behind him. So it's going to be hard because through law, they can mess him up. So it's funny and it's going to sound very dumb. Yep, Muhammad Radu Ralph. I can't pronounce his name. Yep, before Kaepernick. But it's our children don't know this. And if we really gonna make a stand, we got to get good, clean black men. I'm sorry to say this. I'm good. I don't have a record. I don't have no accounts. There's nothing. Only thing the government can do to me is manipulate what I've done wrong in my life. The government can't really hurt me and I keep getting people keep saying you perfect. I see yes, because the perfect, yes, to know your history, know thy history. Without knowledge, you would be destroyed. The lack of knowledge. All these people that got these religions and all these beliefs and that stand by certain things, they're unknowledgeable. They don't read and they don't educate themselves. And they also, I learned recently, some guy, he was educating himself, but he wasn't citing his sources. Like if my account of me is telling you that this is wrong while I'm alive, I'm going to go check it out and make sure that this account of what is being put out is not rewritten, it's not revised, and it's not worded incorrectly. So we're going to need upstanding black athletes. No jail record, no police record, because they're going to use the law against them. And it's going to buckle. We can use them. All they can do is stand by us. They can't be, and it's going to sound funny to be like, well, we're excluding them. No, they're going to be, Kaepernick is going to be heavily involved because I know, I'm watching him. He's under contract. He's getting paid by the NFL still. So I can't take him 100%, but I can't also have him as my forefront. He can't be my face. We need somebody that's truly clean. And people are like, well, that's judging. That's doing what the white men do. We segregating. No, we have to stand on a clean record first. Without a man or a woman with a clean record that's standing for us, they can easily come and get you and take you away. So that halts our process. We don't need no more process of moving forward. Process doesn't mean to go forward. We don't need no more stopping. We need a continual advancement. The revolution need to fight. So we need if the black athletes is really true on their word, they would get these men as me and certain people. Yeah, we can't have them. Yep. And if we have them in the forefront, we need the people in position. So we need to start grooming, because even I'm watching Chad Johnson's grooming his daughter to be a track athlete. No, groom her to be an engineer, groom her to be a doctor, groom her to be a teacher, a lawyer, so we can build our own hospitals, so we can stop feeding our children the GMOs, the pesticides, the hormones, the steroids that's in the chickens that they're feeding us. I watch how they do it. They literally show us. Because I learned anything you do, you have to show. That is part of the human law. Human law said whatever you do, you have to show. They're showing us right before our eyes how they're killing us. That's why it's hard for me to watch black people that literally say, damn, you just watched that? Yeah. Because they making money. It had to get us comfortable first. So of course the Jimbo of the NFL is not gonna say nothing. The Mandingo, he buck. Remember, he's a buck. He's a Mandingo. He's gonna work hard. His rebellion is only going to be Kaepernick rebellion is only going to be so rebellious. He's not going to think about if I make a black school just as LeBron. LeBron, he made a school for everybody. No, he should have just made a black owned school. Because then when he talked, he gonna say, well, black people do the crab in the barrel thing. But you under contract, so I expect you to say that. Because if he really going to do black power, but I respect him as an athlete and as a father and a man. But when it comes to certain things, I respect him, but I don't garnish. I take the good out of everything he said because he does a lot of good. That's great. But if he's going to build community, he will click up with a black man that has the knowledge to build a school. That's what LeBron and Colin Kaepernick and Master P should be in a room sitting with these men, saying we need our black community. And then instead of buying a building, go buy a whole. It's in my city. There's houses. They're boarded. One side of the street and the other side. Only thing that separates them is the street, but it's a whole block. Go buy up that and make that our community. That's what we need. That's something that we can do. We need to stand together. They're not doing that. And here's to black athletes that's also going to that may look at this, or you have family. For black athletes, you are under contract. Your contract is void and null once you get out of that contract. Yeah. And we're not Jews, right? We do have self-hate. Because in religion, we think we're Jews. We're not even a Jew. I'm going to say this. We're nothing but a name. If anything I know and I learned, I am black, I am brown, I am a being. Anything else, I don't put too much stock into it because a lot of things, what I'm going to reveal in my another live later, because I got to eat and do some things, is the mother and father, how that's been destroyed. And this is going to mess up a lot of people's mind. And we're going to understand why we're going to see so much gay over and fluctuation and flood and mass media, social media of gay black men being leaders. And they're going to be supported by the feminists. So I'm going to talk about that. And so if black athletes really wanted to make a real stand, they will buy up houses. They will get with the black men in the communities that they can see is making a real difference. They will flood their stock, their money into building these schools and hospitals. Yeah, like the big three. And that's what I was about to talk about. They will let their contracts run out. Their contracts will run out. But when your contract run out, what are you left with? You are left with what your master gave you. So now, if we go through plantation, when apartheid and so-called slavery was over physically, they left the bucks, the mandingos, and the niggerlets, our black women, our mammies and house niggas, our Sambos, our Josephine Bakers, our minstrel souls alone. They didn't use them. They used it later. But what they did, they left us land. But back then, capitalism started with their own people as well. But they was able to afford it. See, taxes didn't change until black people started getting money. That's when the taxes change. And it's Yeah, we need men as him. He went on the Roland Martin show, and it was these black people, they were still stuck in slavery. Their minds was Umar Johnson saying, I'm not in slavery, brother. I'm not in contract with nobody, brother and sister. I don't know who you telling this polluted, toxic, and wrong. This is not education. That's higher learning. You don't go to school to educate yourself. You go to school to higher learn. Your higher learning is teaching you what they want you to know. It's cool that they teach us how to add, subtract, and multiply. But it's not cool that everything in the history books I was just telling somebody is only about white people dominating black people or wars with no black people involved. We was only in there for the parts of war and slavery. When we talk about the Confederate flag, all the things that got to do with civil rights, that's the only time you see as a social study. They didn't show us in the books building up a building, learning how to weld, because we was welding. We built these buildings and these bridges. Yeah, you going to school? You're not going to school to think independently, though. School is not that design. Only design you get is a system. You're in an education system, a higher learning system. So if you are being educated in school, it's a system. It's only going to give you what this system want to give you. It's not going to give you the full list, the full agenda of, okay, education is important. And I don't argue with people when people say, well, my son and daughter went to college and now they have a greater job. I was like, a job? I was like, your son, like, and they basically want to say, what you doing? I'm not being a slave. I'm breaking from slave ship. I'm not being listened to the slave, because owning your own business, you go to college to go work for a person. Dr. Herbert Hoover didn't go to college. The Roeder brothers didn't go to college. I'm reading about businesses that none of these white men, the privilege they had, never went to college, but they need me to go to college to run their company. I'm going to college to run Donald Trump. I'm going to learn how to run Trump Towers. I need to go to college, and he's illiterate. He can barely read and write. Come on now. So you telling me that just because I'm in college, I'm educated? No, I'm going to learn how to run their company. They put in a system to show me how to run their company in the college. But they don't want people that run. See, if you ever notice, you ever apply for a job, and I own my own business and have my own business opportunities. When you go for the job, I've been to many places that not hire me because they said they don't want to hire people that own their own business. You know why? Because they know the difference. They know when I see something wrong, I'm going to try to correct it to make it better. But what it's going to do is make they didn't go to college. It's going to make them obsolete. So I educated myself to know enough, and I will leave a job in a heartbeat. I have money coming in through different multiple means, but it's not some great money, but I'm able to survive and live in this capitalism, slavery still. But people don't understand. You go to school and people are like, oh, you trying to say education? No, I never said don't go to college. Because I can right now in my city, there's programs, and just say I make low income, I can get the grant. I can get the tuition. I can get a scholarship to go to school for free. When persons say I sent 8 million kids to school with my money, I'm gonna say you would. That's why I say Kaepernick he don't know. And I want to show Kaepernick this. If Kaepernick would have came to me, he would probably still be in the NFL, and it's going to sound funny. But since they're going to say, well, you don't got a business degree, but I have education. Spiritually, I am giving things, and I can, in the same way I'm giving it spiritually, I can go to the library. Everything I'm telling you can go to the library and read. And that's funny. And I tell people the truth. I don't get a lot of things out of the book. I get the things out of the books later. It's coming to me spiritually. I don't know how, and I don't second guess it. I'm not going to second guess if a spirit told me to go to this building right now, this man going to give you $1 million, and it sounds stupid and funny to people, and things have happened to me this way. And I tell it to be the truth. And you can call me crazy. Dave Chappelle said they're going to call you crazy. They're going to say they're sick. They're going to say you depressed, but all you need is love. Come on now. He said that. People saying Gucci Mane and Dave Chappelle cologne because now they're better black men in society. And if you probably talk to them, they're better than the Nick Cannon talking now. See, Nick Cannon needed the religion to now speak about black community building. I don't need the religion. I don't need $500 million. I don't need $50 million to talk to my young black brothers on the street. Young black brothers don't even have an idea of how to get to their dream, how to get to their goal, how to get to their destination. I asked them what to know. All of them want to be rappers. I do this. So, and I can, this is all honesty. If I'm lying, the creator will kill me right now. If I'm lying about what I do and say, the creator can kill me right now. I don't have no problem. Send my loves and regards to my family. Let them know I got killed because I lied to the creator. But no, I'm still here. This live ain't messed up yet. Okay. These young black men will tell me they want to be rappers. I asked them, rappers, how you can become a rapper? You know how to market yourself. A lot of them say no. You know what it is? What is going to be your topic on rap? They don't have a clue. They don't have an idea. And I'll try to like show them. I was like, go read this book. And hopefully I'll see you again. Because I know with my little, what we supposed to be doing, how we say seed, plant, and harvest, just as our seed, our man seed, are implanted into the woman womb, and it go and inseminate the ovaries so we can give birth. If I never water that young man, that seed can never grow and spread roots. So the roots is going to be the birth of what I just said to him. Just by that little bitty things I said for that young man, it just strengthened him. Iron sharpened iron. Because I was sharpened by an iron. So I sharpened another iron that I seen. I think all young black men. Yes. Because their parents don't teach them. I see you teaching your daughter, or I hate the word teaching, training, certain words. What I love to use the word, I guided this young man. I watered him. Now his seed that's now his seed got water on it. Because he already implanted once he came out the womb, and he's birthed onto, not into this world, onto this world. He's birthed onto this world. Now he can finally get some, I watered them, and guess what's going to happen now? Yep, the best guiders, I say teacher, quote unquote teacher. The elders are our best guiders and our best challengers and quote unquote our best teachers and trainers. I watered this young man now. Now, guess what? That light going to come when he finally opened up that book. Because this is important. Language is important. I'm going to use Sit the Bible by me. People are like, why you got all these certain books by you? Because when somebody says something, I look up the word, then I go look up the etymology of word, and I go look up the history of the word. Because just as the word nice, I don't want to be a nice guy. You know why you never want to be a nice guy? Because the original meaning of the word nice meant foolish. So no woman should want to be with a nice guy. You better off just saying good. So by me warding these young men in the light, when he finally go open up these books, he gonna see the shine. See what I'm saying? So that's how, and then eventually with enough water, his seed, the young man start growing roots. He's like, all right, I want to know about what. So I don't want to be a rapper. You know what I want to be now? Which going to really help us? This is why we don't own. That's why they can steal our music. I did my research, and I know this don't have to do with sports, but I'm just going to branch off for 2 seconds, a few minutes. Engineer. Think about how we engineer the music. Boom, 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 boom. If you take any black song, you will hear the same sound. See, because we are very spiritual people. See, when they messed up our spirituality, not that hip hop is dead, our spirituality is dead. They killed our spirituality. They took it from us and they called it evil, and they are using it secretly. But they're not using it secretly because they put it in books and they told us how they're using it against us. But all we gonna chalk it up as we was disobedient. That's why religion is slavery. But when you read every religion, they all talk about slavery and how to stay slaves. But I ain't gonna get into that because when you talk about religion to black people, for somehow you start fighting. You say there's multiple gods. They say there's one, but if you, I'll read words and I look up words. The word Jesus, G us, G us, G is us, G is us, God is us. There's a multiple gods. There's a God on the throne. There's gods that surround the throne, and there is the God. I'm going to say the word God, but I'll call him the creator, the almighty, and the father. There is the God, and there are a gods. We are an image of, so, right, you can be spiritual. And this is how I break now. I'm going to use the seed again. See, the seed is the almighty, is the all source. My seed to my woman inseminates and create a child, right? So think about the seed of anything we implant is going to produce what? What's in that seed? So if a man is impregnate a woman and his seed help produce another child, another man or another woman. And if you keep doing that, we're going to keep creating men and we're going to keep creating women. We can't produce nothing else. Nothing else. So what is my child the image of? Me. What is my child the production of? Me. So don't our creator look like us? Yes. So are we not of our creator? Yes. And that's all I'm going to say. I don't play with beliefs. I don't play in believing. I play in knowing and the all truth. And I use logic and practicality. I can explain everything that happened to you logically. And you will be if you're a religious person that watch this and you believe in Christianity, you're a Muslim, you're a Moor, you're Islam, the Nation of Islam, I can explain all of your religions to you because I took the time out. And they say a man that knows all things knows nothing. That is not true. You should know the basis of all things you do. The basis of life is the seed. I don't have to go super deep. The basis of life is seed. If you have a seed, you plant it and you water it or whatever it's supposed to do. If it's a man, woman, plant, an animal, it all does the same thing. But it's going to be called a different name, but it does the same thing. It does the same thing. Just as my tongue is double-edged, it can do the same thing. I can spew out lies and bad and evil to you, or I can spit out good and I'm educating you. Yes, well-rounded. And yep. That's what I was talking about Golden State and Kevin Durant, how iron sharpen iron. Why is Kevin Durant weakened and why is Steph Curry going to be weaker than ever? Because he's only going to be garnished to do one thing. But if your father don't, and that's why being fatherless is very, very, that's why it's a killer to the African American going forward community. The fathers, even the world learned this before the church tried to use it. Like, no, church, it's good. I'm not going to down the church. But the religion, yeah, because I seen church hear people. I seen church fill people up with love because it was people in the church and it was loving people in the church. It had nothing to do with the religion. People like, well, God did it. Well, God did it because he used you. The Almighty did. I call him the Almighty, the Creator, the Father. He did it because he needed you. And the father needed the mother as well. That's well-rounded. That is the completeness of family. That is the completeness of foundation. To be complete, whole, established is that when they say you a real man, we are always a real man. There is no fake man in this world. There's no half man. You never go 50-50. The perfect science and math, even in spirituality, is completeness. It is whole. It is perfect. Perfect means from the bottom of your souls to the top of your head, you are made complete. And then if you only was born with two eyes, and somehow one of your eyes messed up, you became lame. But you are complete by the family you have. That man that's missing legs have support. That would be his father. And without his father, he will be incomplete for the simple fact because he don't garnish the two legs. He's going to need help. And so what weakens us, we're going to need help, but I still need my competition. That man, but what's going to happen? What parts he's missing, the other part's going to help him overcome. I don't need to go join up with anybody to be on my team. If it was me, if the NBA and the NFL wasn't rigged, these Sacramento King I call them the young gunners. If they really mature, they're going to be the baddest men, like the Oklahoma City with James Harden and Westbrook. Look at all of them dudes. Serge Ibaka, Sasa Cephalosha, they all eating on other teams. But originally, they was put together for a reason. They didn't even see their greatness together. They wouldn't have been weak though, because if you got to look at it, I was placed on a team. My father had me. I was born into a family. I'm not weak. Just because I'm around other strong black men don't make me weak. That made me stronger. Because if you now I'm gonna take Pippen and Jordan. Pippen, without Pippen, there would be no Jordan. Without Jordan, there would be no Scottie Pippen. Because when Jordan had a bad night, when he shot 30 shots, even though he had 40 points, Scottie Pippen shot efficiently. But you know what? Also, what made Pippen one of the best small forwards in history, which we should be talking about before Kevin Durant or Steph Curry, he was well-rounded. Pippen had the 30. Jordan had 40 points. Pippen had 25, 10, and 9. Google it. NBAreference.com. Go look at Pippen's stats. When Jordan had 69 points, he only had 69, 3, and 5. But go look at some stats. That's why even the James Harden situation now, he took 25, 3. I'm not dissing him. I'm going with the times because we saying times it's gotten better. Guys are shooting a higher percentage. Not because the game is not physical, because our training, our guidance, our challenging, the men. So you see these guys in the post, the hardest move was to emulate was the sky hook. So you're not going to see the hardest move emulated by a lot of men because they got to push Kareem Abdul-Jabbar only can give them so much information. They got to go look for it. They're going to have to be the sun. When they open that book is going to enlighten them. And then maybe in another year or 5 years, we're going to see this young man looking like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because he sharpened so strong, he went above and beyond. So the LeBron James we see, he's the Bill Russell, he's the Michael Jordan, he's the Kobe Bryant, even the Kobe, because Kobe was there before LeBron. And I'm not going to diss him. I'm going to respect LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, Bill Russell, and they all right. I'm going to even respect Larry Bird and John Stockton because we got to think about the things that they did, why the strength of them was together. Even though they're going to say, well, Magic, no, but that's how it was supposed to go. Yep, the deadliest shot ever. I seen Magic, no one picked up on it. Because, yeah, that's why. Because you watch Dragon Ball Z or any of these anime. I love Japanese anime. I feel like as Japanese people have the essence of black people and they're trying to show us. On Dragon Ball, Goku now at this fighting stage called the Ultra Instinct. But before that, people said they heard the legend of a Super Saiyan. The Super Saiyan is when he formed and he powered up so great, he looked above and beyond. So I'm going to say that's the Malcolm X and the Martin Luther King. They got to like Super Saiyan 2. So they got so strong. The Aeon Flux. Yep, that was another one. But I didn't really understand that one. But I know how to explain Dragon Ball or like Naruto because that was more of my time. Aeon Flux was kind of my time. So it's hard. I have to go watch it. Thank you for telling me that. I got to go look these up. I'll also write down when I see things. Aeon Flux. I got to go look up what that was about. But so they had the legend of the almighty Super Saiyan, but no man was able to get to it. You know how Goku became a Super Saiyan? It's funny because I'm still on the same. I didn't see, and my friend told me, she's like, I understand you because the way you talk, but you always go back in a weird way. She didn't call it weird. She used another name. Iron Sharpen Iron. Goku as a Kakarot. They call them space monkeys, Kakarot space monkeys. And we call black men monkeys. See how they want to call us monkey? We derive from monkeys. We never evolved from no damn monkey. That science been proven and told false and fake. Just like other science, but we still follow it. Because in the next few years, Christianity going to have a different name. The Illuminati going to have a different name if the world is still here. So I think that's funny as well. Because if you do your research, a lot of names we had, that wasn't the original name. Even 50 years ago. It's some things, and it's not coming to my head. I got spiritually discernment of holidays. Real quick, holidays 50 years ago was a pagan holiday, so it's basically called evil. But in 1930s, they legalized holidays because they found a way to make money. But then if you look at, I'm going to always go back to religion, because before slavery, it was a religion. So before slavery, there was the influx of what we see in social media, how they want to see interracializing, intermingling. We dating out. They had the influxes with it, influx, because we thought they was being kind to us. In the word nice, they was being nice. We was being foolish. We was dumb and idiots. I will tell them, I'll explain the word dumb and idiot to people. Because I was like, you would sit up here and call yourself a nigga, but you will get mad. You won't get mad. But if I call you stupid, you get mad. You want to fight me. But those words actually have meaning to incite you. It don't have meaning to degrade you. In the most derogatory word in the language of history is the word nigger. The most derogatory, and we're going to use nigger towards each other. So what does that say about our education level? What does that say about our knowing who we are? So Goku was the Super Saiyan. He found a way. He had to keep going through battle after battle after battle. See, nobody want to go. See, and even LeBron. LeBron reached Super Saiyan as the NBA status for 10 years. It would be longer. But LeBron started switching teams. That weakened him. So when I day out of my race, that weakened our race. Even the Nazis. See, they don't want to tell us. Adolf Hitler was not evil. Adolf Hitler, the almighty Mussolini, the number 2 hated man in the world was Martin Luther King back in the day. The number 1 hated man was, it was a Russian dude. And I love Russian dudes. I love Adolf Hitler. I love the almighty Mussolini. And this don't sound stupid. You know why I loved him? The number 1 hated man in the world, what Adolf Hitler actually followed him. He said, I'm going to just use this for instance. Not bait on bait. You can Google this. You can go to the library and read it. He said, I hate diluting races. Our race, black. So blackanese, Caucanoids, or Caucasies, whatever you want to call us. The original races was only 3 race. It became 5 because now we got ethnicities and nationalities and they're branched off. And then now it's 7 races altogether. But those are the races that's only known to the world that is visible. We still haven't discovered the whole earth yet. So, and I don't do the earth is flat if the water wet. Is that name Lauren and Yanni? What do you hear? That's called brain games. Study your brain, because I can trick you and change something right before your eyes and you don't even realize it. So he said, when you dilute a race, you dilute their power. Think about that. So when you dilute black people, we are warriors. We are guardians of our women. We can't guard our women because we've been so diluted and tore down. And our women can say we so weak, but they're not nurturing. So you destroy the room, you destroy the nation. So what they did was he was saying you cannot mix the people. But then that's when religion said this. The first form of racism was anti-Semitism. That's not true. Racism was still racism. He was trying to make them aware you cannot mix the people. You mix the people, you mess up the power. White people are super clever. Now they dilute it a little bit, but the white people that is in real power, you go to their house, they got a white woman. Black men that are in power. Now, the one thing about black men that have some type of power, you can have they have a white woman, they can still talk black, but they can't really truly be, because we are beings. You have to be what you are. So being out of the race, you're not being no more. So that's the only way I can explain why dating out is bad, through that you can't dilute yourself or you lose your power. You lose your weakness. You become weaker. And we became weaker. But what a black man in a household, as we got by design and by our duty, we are the head of the house. No part in the world, the matriarch and the patriarch, the ma and pa, the mother and father. We can't change that because that's ingrained, that's breeding in birth. And I want to stay with that as well, because right now we really need that in the black households, that we need the male to stay. And we need the woman to pour life into him. And we need him to really provide. And when he's providing, we need the woman to say, great job, pat him on the back, give him a hug, give him what he needs. And while she's nurturing, he still need to be kind and disciplinary to his children. And still he had to instill some type of cherish. He has to still cherish her. So I don't want to go away from a structure for now. Maybe it can be wrong, but it's right. Because the black man of the household still can garnish black power. Don't matter what race of woman, but it's still diluted because he's black. He's talking black, but he's not being black. If that can make any sense to anybody. So what the space monkeys are called the Kakarots. And so comparing Goku, LeBron, Goku have found the ultimate form of his next power. Because he's looking to fight the next strongest man. At first, he wanted to, but now he understands. And I watched the Goku versus Super Broly. So him versus Super Broly, it shows his new power. And he was able to like show Broly like how Bruce Lee did the water and you are water. You flow and move as water. So water take on any form of what is it put in. So if we don't pour into our young men, what form are they going to take? So talking about that. So that was I did the Tom Brady, LeBron. I did the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant. Why Allen Iverson was one of the strongest because he had all his pieces. And the position, we not in position. We don't have doctors and teachers in our family. And the doctors and teachers and lawyers, I'm not going to. All right, man, you have a great day. Salute to you, my brother. And hopefully what I'm going to do is listen to my live again and put like a timeline in my description box or in my comment section so people can just go to that part if they want to listen to a certain part. But I've seen lives where I feel as I'm doing my work and I'm in my mission because I seen lives for 8 hours, and you can Google 8-hour lives that didn't feed me. I left starving still. And give me a comment. Let me know. I want to know. At 34, 35, 36 followers, whoever watching, or if you a new person, I appreciate you. I'm not here to be monetized. I'm not here to get money from you. This is my mission. I make money doing my profession or career. If I'm going to garnish anything from the Bible, my man went out, he built tents. That's where he made his money. But when he went out to people, he didn't ask the people for a dime. I don't want to ask nobody for a dime. I don't want nothing from you. All I ask is to guide and challenge you. I want you to challenge your mind on everything you see. Question all you see and be all you can be. I know that sounds like the army, but that's the all truth though. That's the all truth. I gotta say this real quick. I love people. I wish I can turn my eyes. I wish I can I have to learn how to focus to a point where I have to start. It hurt me when I tell a woman, I don't care what her background is, especially if she a drug user and she walking down the street and she need to eat. I can't come out of my pocket. That's why I wish I was rich. I can't come out and I would be investing. So I would, every monies I give, there'd be a stock or investment that I would be investing to, and I would be investing in people in their business. If we want black owned, we got a black owned business. We got to invest in them. Black owned business died because there's no investment. There's no stock. It has nothing to do with the reasons we say they died. I hate when I see black videos that talk about the 3 reasons black people aren't this. Well, what the hell? We 50 years out of civil rights, slavery, 400 years. We're still not. And that was another thing about these sporting events, why they suck. We have a Super Bowl, a World Series, the Olympics, and you telling me throughout our hearts of heart. That's why I know this is slavery. We can't have an event 4 times a year. 4 times a year, talking about war, racism, and poverty. War, racism. on our national TV. We do the president inauguration. We do the flash reports on the news. We do Amber Alerts. It was sad to see 5 Amber Alerts in 1 week. About 3 months ago, 2 months ago, that was sad. That means 5 young men, women, or ladies or adults went missing. That hurts me. You telling me we got all these sporting events. You telling me we cannot get together and sit down and have a worldly topic. That's why I know that's our government, and I already advised it. Our government, I don't curse a lot, or cuss a lot, is bullshit. Our livelihood is bullshit. And I have to say it as this. Fuck just making money. Fuck just going to school to get education to work for a company. I'm sorry, when you don't help people, you kill people. When you don't help people, you kill people. I cannot come on here and have a Patreon and don't feed you. If I can't feed you the truth that's given to me through the Spirit. I can't feed you the knowledge that I have. You gonna starve. I watch 8-hour YouTubes where people starving and they're like, get to the point. How can black men and black women get together? Why we can't get together first? Because we need a little history background. We got that. That should last half an hour. And the rest 8 hours should be, yo, man, I remember I got hurt. And the woman say, I remember I got hurt. But I'm not going to blame all black men. I'm not going to blame all black people. My mother, I would dare see myself with a white woman. This is nothing to do with hatred. This would come to do with my history. I'm gonna be with a white woman that birthed this racist white man who just called me a nigger, and then give her a pass and tell me that she's better than black women. I need to slap my ass in the face. That's how I think. I get mad when I think like that. They killing our men in the street and we killing ourselves in the street. The same men that's killing them. How a man in prison go talk about he raped a young girl? You just killed a young girl. Hold on, that's reverse. You killed a young girl. I don't care if it was on accident, but he raped one. What's different? I'm not justifying either one either. I'm not gonna say one is better than the other. You shouldn't have been shooting no man, and you shouldn't have been raping no girl. And we don't have love for each other. That's what I hate. Why would you pay to watch me for an hour and 32 minutes for information I got for free? Why would I sit here and say the reason black people are dying because of this with no solution? That angers me. That's why I do this. I do this for my health because I want to get it out. I don't have when I talk to women, they say I'm opinionated and I'm complaining. This is me opinionating and complaining, giving you true history and reason why we can't get better and giving us real solutions. We don't have a community because we don't stay in the community. We don't buy the empty houses. We're not supposed to look at celebrities. We are weak because we don't want the competition. We want the savior mentality. Once we get income, we leave. We think because our chains is gold that if you in chains and you get a better job, you still in chains. Now your chains are gold. They are platinum. See, you don't want to listen to me, but you will love to hear a lie. If you talk to any black person, the first thing they're going to come out of their mouth about another person is negativity. I come out to you and say, I love you. I'm positive. I know you under contract, but let's do this right here. That's what I'm tired of. And if we don't understand that, we're going to all perish. And I was going to talk about a few other things, but I'm going to leave it at that today because I don't want my live to be too long. I'm going to put in my comment box or the caption box, the description box, or in the comment section, I'm going to pin it of the order of the video, the time frames, like so it can look, so you can go if you want to just go to 34 minutes to listen to about how to strengthen numbers or whatever the topic I was doing. I'm going to put it down there and I'm going to try to word it as wordy as possible. And to me, you're never an overthinker. You're never an over-explainer. I'd rather see somebody fight for me than somebody to always justify their wrong. If you smoke weed, stop smoking weed. You an alcoholic, stop. I'm not going to justify your addiction. You still stop telling people to justify your addiction. That's an addiction. You need to go seek help. Go talk to people that love you. But you are taught to hate yourself, so you're taught to hate the people that's trying to help you. You're going to taught to hate me. You're going to hear what I'm saying and don't really hear me because you only want to get fed some garbage lies. You love fiction. You love fakeness. You love false because that's all you taught. You got taught of it in a religion. Your family taught you it. Your mother taught you how to be racist towards a woman. Your father taught you how to be racist towards a man. And because there's no completeness in family, there's no togetherness. We are separated and divided. Came to America as slaves, when to die as slaves together. We're not going to be. We're going to die together. What we see is not real. We so quick to throw fake news, but then see this not fake. If we can say that Diamond Girl was fake, how come we can't say, well, black men don't, they love black women. That's real. That's real. That's real life. We love black women, 70%. But if you ain't gonna garnish and pick on the 15% that's gay, or the 15% that's out of race, let them be. That's one. So if you're gonna say athletes only make up 1% of the black athletes, only make up 2% now of the population for Black America, 2% out of 30. If we're gonna say it's only 33, it's probably more. So I'm gonna give it a round, even number. 2% of black athletes make up Black America, and it's 34%. So the other 32% are gonna listen to the 2%. 10% of anything usually is the bad apple. So the other 20% telling me 20 gonna follow 10%. Think about it. We giving homage. I made the lie. We giving homage to evil. Why would I want to follow a man that don't think first of his own skin color and his own woman and his own mother and sister? That don't want to give. Charity begins at home. Love start at home. Anything, if you're not in your home doing this first, why would I listen to you? And that's the truth. You're not at home with me. My home is good. Only time I get what I experience is going outside. I don't experience racism in my home. I don't experience getting beat up, not being able to eat in my home. I don't feel insecure in my home. I'm not even just talking about the walls. I'm talking about me, the inside of me, the power of who I am. I have the power in the direction I can go. I can progress how I want. I can go as slow as fast as I want. It don't take nobody. Even if I'm raising my family, you can go as fast as you want how to raise your family. Don't worry about the time. If your daughter have not been taught how to love herself, she should not be leaving the house. If your son have not taught how to love himself, he shouldn't be leaving the house. And if you think it's okay to kick your child out incomplete, you are a messed up parent. And what I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your path, it's your journey, it's your choice. Choose wisely. And if you keep allowing your child to watch things, if you don't talk to your child within a half an hour to the least, or two, I'm going to say an hour, hour and a half, hour and a half to the max, you allow your child to sit in the house and you don't ask your child about what they learned outside, you just doomed your child. And if you don't educate yourself, college is not education. That's an institution of higher learning. The school system is an institution of higher learning. Until you go out and read your own book, you try to find your own information. You put that same information they taught you, they teaching you, together with the truth, you're going to realize it's a lie. A lie to tell, you need a little truth to tell a lie. A truth versus fact. I can tell you all the facts, and that can become the truth. But that's not making it the truth. Because I know if I tell you it is January 31st on a Thursday on 2019, and you telling me, I say it in a minute, at 1000 hours and 4 minutes, that a dog had 3 heads and 6 tails and 8 legs. And I write this down right now. January 31st, 2020 at 1,000 hours and 4 minutes. The same minutes What did I say last year? That's the fact. Is that not a fact? But we know the truth. Just as I am born a man. I'm not born a woman. I was never a woman. Get that weak, crazy science out of your head. A woman is born a woman. Male was born a male. There is no XY. You are a, and I'm not gonna get into that because if we're gonna do that, that's trying to say we're not human beings. You might as well call us. We might as well be organisms. But I'm a being. I am here. It's an action word, and that's the facts. Is that not the truth and the facts? That what I said last year, well, what I'm going to be saying in 2020, in the minutes we wrote down in the book, that we can actually have sources to cite, that's just what I said. And you can't say I didn't say it because you wrote it down and I did say it. That was the truth. I'm not going to lie about it. But is that really what a dog looked like? Is that really, whatever I describe, the sky is green today, but the sky is green. You can't see too much light. It's green today, but it's not. But I said it though, right? But the sky is actually a light blue color. Facts versus truth. Now, can I change the facts and truth? Yes. But the truth is, I can change all the facts and make it true. But in truths, I gotta have facts. I can't say something, and that's not really what. If you're telling me my shirt don't have, I'm just going to use my shirt for the MVP on it with a picture of LeBron and tell me that's not the truth, while we both looking at it, I'm going to look at you and say, what am I wearing then? If that's not the truth, what am I wearing? So we got to start thinking like that, thinking as that. Like even we call all these things, we don't need to call it a Mandela effect. We just gonna stick to one word. That destroy a lot of things. Just stick to one word, one thing, and just call a snail a snail. I can't recall the saying we love to use. A snail is a snail. How we say a fact is a fact. A truth. Call whatever it is what it is, and that'll get rid of a lot of things. And we can be better, man. Sports is entertainment. Don't fight nobody over sports. Don't kill nobody. Don't bet. That's a form of slavery too. So stay focused. Learn your purpose. Learn your mission. And get in your position so you can sharpen someone. Listen to your elders. Listen to your parents. Now, I say about people being drunk. Listen to them when they're sober too. I listen to a drunkard person, but I want to hear when they sober. I want to hear the same talk when they sober, because that get me excited. Because that get me saying I don't have to be high or drunk to be great. I can be me as me. Yeah, I can be me. Yeah, that excites me. And that excites the little kids. The little kids are excited. Like I can be me. I'm not saying they can't do better. You don't strive and thrive for better or progress for better. But at that moment, they're like, I can be me. I can love my black skin. I can love me as a black man. I can love my black women. I can do this. I can really do this. Like that is so exciting to little kids. Like my natural hair. Oh, it's not cut. But I can brush it. I can cut it later. Oh wow, I may need glasses, but I can wear my glasses. I'm still attractive. Not everybody your cup of tea. Everybody not gonna admire you, or we say the word like. I hate the word like. Like has a lot of meaning. Yeah and yam mean murder, death, kill, destruction. Like is the same way. So we got to start educating our children. Educate yourself too, so I don't sound crazy to you. Even though more this is spiritual, I don't want to sound crazy. So I hope you have a great day. Also, don't forget this. Enjoy life. Enjoy life. Enjoy life. Whatever it is you have fun, that's not no craziness. Now, if you bungee jump, then go bungee jump. If that's funny, you're going to have fun. But just smoking and drinking and partying, it's not the only fun in the world you can have. That's even traveling, that's not the only thing. Just because you have a passport, so what? That's not the only thing that's fun. Like There's so many things. I can just look outside on a nice. I got to bundle up today and I make myself really warm, so it's not. It'll feel like summer, but it's not. But I know it's winter. And look at the sun, the so-called sun, the clouds. To see nature. Look how the trees look when it snows. Besides when it's blooming flowers. Look how when it's. I can take pleasure in that. I can take some type of joy out. That's me though. Find something that besides your normal everyday video games. So that's a joy. Go find another joy. So the more joys you can find, the less you want to be drunk and high. Shalom.